So how can you get in contact with someone that owns a house and doesn't have it posted for sale? I'm going to show you how you can use Zillow. It's what I'm using just to get access to, you don't even really need to use Zillow. You can just know their address. You have access to everything that's publicly available to anyone. And I'm not a real estate agent, so I don't have access to the MLS or any fancy tools. I know that this might be common knowledge to maybe someone that might be well versed in real estate. This wasn't something that I was well aware of. So I hope that you learned something new. And if you do, I hope that I earn your thumbs up, and maybe you can consider subscribing to my YouTube channel if you feel like we earned it. So I'm going to start sharing my screen so you can see exactly what it is that I'm looking at. This is Zillow. Again, you don't have to use Zillow. I'm just going to click on a house. And let me explain to you the idea behind this. Let's say that you really want to buy a house in a specific neighborhood. Let's say that there's a house that's just your dream house, but you don't want to invade someone's private space by going and door knocking. Maybe you're not the best, encountering or talking in person. This is a way to, with public info, right? I'm not using any special website that you shouldn't be using. This is all common knowledge and public info, and how you can possibly get access to them, especially if they're a little bit more public online, to say the least, right? So all I do is, let's say that I love this house. Please, again, just respect people's privacy in the sense that whoever it is that I'm using as an example, we don't need to get in contact with them, but I'm just using this as an example. I'm going to go ahead and copy their address. I'm going to Maricopa County Assessors. Every county should have this, and where you can see kind of like public records of people's parcels. It's what it's known as. So let's go ahead and set that up. I'm just going to click enter, and it should pop up with the homeowners. So again, this is 1832. Let me just make sure that I have the right one. It looks like they have a couple different properties that fall under that name. I'm just going to click on the APN. This is all, again, it looks very complicated. It's really not. As long as I can see that I am looking for someone specifically, I'm going to go ahead and look it up like this. So I'm just going to copy their name now, and I'm going to go to Google and type that in. So as you can see, I can go down the list, and again, some people are more private than others. Some people are very public and their info pops up right away. With that being said, this is just, I would say, a resource that you can use to get in contact with a homeowner that might be interested in selling, but maybe doesn't have their house posted for sale, right? We have all experienced that just even right now, as we're transitioning from a seller's market, maybe now to a buyer's market as interest rates are rising. Maybe, someone is considering selling at the top, and you really want that house. It's your dream house, or you just would love to live in that neighborhood. Then this is, I would say, a resource that we all have available, and I think it can be pretty useful. So you guys can let me know down in the comment section if you're aware of this. Another really cool thing about this is that, one thing, if I wanted to target people, right, because I wanted to live in Circle G ranches, I can actually click on the subdivision, and I can actually export. This is all free. There's also different websites that you can use when you get someone's name and their address, that you can use a website to hopefully scrape some of their info and get access to it a little bit easier. If you want to pay for it, that's probably how you get how people get in contact with you if you're a homeowner and you get all those spam calls of like, hey, are you interested in selling your house? You're like, what the heck? I didn't sign up for this. It's all because it's public info. But the cool thing about this is that, if you want to go after a specific neighborhood because like you would love to live in that house, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I have a specific neighborhood that I'm really looking forward to one day living in, right? And if I can have access to all of this info with, everyone that lives in that neighborhood, I can export this. I can write a handwritten note and then make a bunch of copies of like, hey, if you ever consider selling your house, I'm someone in the area. I'm not trying to flip your house, nothing like that. I'm literally just trying to, we just had a 6-month-old and we'd love to raise my family there. If you would consider me before you post it for sale, to reach out to me. Something that welcoming, right? And I can send a postage to each and every single one, every single house in that neighborhood. And I think that's pretty useful. I think that's useful information to know, especially in such a saturated market where things are very, very competitive. So I hope this video is pretty simple. I wanted to keep this video very simple and having a better understanding of how you can have access to all this public info and use it to your advantage in a very respectful way. Please don't spam people. Please don't be disrespectful. I think that this is a more respectful way to not go and door knock in someone's private space, right? I would not ever appreciate someone coming at my door and door knocking and making me feel unsafe. Someone calling me and asking if I would consider selling, I view that to be, it's much more of a common thing, right? So I just thought I'd share with you. I hope for all those aspiring real estate investors and real estate agents, this can get you one step closer to your overall goal. And hopefully I earned your thumbs up. Friendly reminder, I do buy and sell houses in the Arizona area. If you are just looking to get out of this market and you want a cash buyer because you want to close quick, I don't use any hard money lenders. I don't borrow money. I pay for everything myself, cash. And if you would consider giving me a chance to buy your house before it even hits the market, I don't even know if you've seen this. I actually filmed a video about it last week. The average day on market right now in Arizona is 35 days, and it's going higher week after week. It's like 40% of the properties that go on market after being on market for over 20 days go through a price drop. There's about 40% of properties that are on market in my specific area that have already gone through a price drop. So again, if you don't want to deal with that, if you don't want to pay dealers commission, realtor agent commissions, don't worry about it. Feel free to send me a message. You can send me a message right now on Instagram, and that should be the third link in the description. That Instagram account's my only Instagram account. I'm now verified, and I think I have 197,000 followers. So again, I'd love to connect, especially if you're in the Arizona area. If you're interested in selling your house or you know someone interested, just shoot me a direct message, and would love to connect and shoot you over an offer, and hopefully we can close some deals. Also, even if you know someone that's interested in selling a house, we always pay finder's fees, either a couple $1,000s, or we can even pay you, 10% of our net profits after we complete the entire project. So really just depends if you want to shadow us or if you just want to be paid for finding the deal. So I hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.